reality after the euphoria of Cologne.
It's difficult, isn't it, when you've won like the biggest tournament available to in Counter-Strike right now. It's difficult to kind of come back and think, oh, do we go back to playing online CS? But like, especially after the difficulties they had yesterday, it's going to be a challenge for them. I think they do prefer a LAN environment, but here we go then. We are going into the knife round on Nuke. Very important knife round, obviously, as it is with most CSGO maps. CT is definitely the preferred side, and I think NIP especially going up against a team they don't really know how to play against. They're not seeing much there. I think they want to get the easier side just to kind of get themselves nice and secure for this game ahead.
So we've had so far tonight 3 French new lineups.
Yes.
The first of which Henry Chi said was the one he was most excited about. The second of which he said was the least excited about.
Yeah.
And following the true theme of Goldilocks, that would mean this one is just right.
Yes, I think this one's great. I think the fact that Existence being in the team, he's like one of my favourites. I think he's found some very good form recently. I think he looks great. I think this lineup will be very good for them. I think it's a nice balance, a good hybrid of all their players coming together. I think this is another lineup where Kenny S just looks absolutely godlike. Seeing him yesterday go so huge in some of the certain moments. It'll be interesting to see how he develops as a player, being under the wing of Existence once again. But yeah, very excited for this team as well. Be interesting to see what NIP are going to do and how they're going to react to this. Like we said before, there's not much available to these new lineups. It's very tricky to play against. It's such good players, but you just have no experience against them.
But if you're NIP, you're going to have confidence that your strats are the best strats for this match.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you know you're the established team, and you should be on paper. Definitely, you should be winning this one. But as we know, anything can happen really, especially in CS:GO. So here we go then. NIP will be standing on the T side, and we are underway.
Will be getting us to inside, and he'll do a hint of damage to Exist as Forest joins him, and they will spy Haley all the way around that side. Just retreat back in, losing Maniac though as Freiburg connects with the headshot as the NIP side have charged through the ramp room and now make their way down towards that B site. Kaylee gets himself one before being dropped by Get Right. Revenge from Existence. Apex comes in with one of his own, and that leaves a 3-on-2 in favor of the French side. Only Exist and Forest left standing. Forest is going to get himself that headshot into Existence right when you needed something from him to level the scoreboard back up. Next frag comes the way of Exist, and now 1 versus 1. Apex takes on Forest, the man of Gamescom versus, well, the man of the game. Rumor has it that Forest was born in Valve's office with Counter-Strike.
He is Counter-Strike.
And he's related to Morgan Freeman. Forest goes in. Apex pops himself around the side, and then Forest shows exactly why we hype him up. Just despite taking the first hit, doesn't panic, drops around to the left and gets himself that kill onto Apex. NIP pick themselves up the fifth round.
Yeah, very exciting round. They're very back and forth. Looked like it could have gone either way. But NIP do take that one. It's going to be very important. T-side pistol. You should be winning those. And NIP do that just about with Forest touching a one-on-one there. Interesting enough, though, Existence actually has decided to pull the Scout out. For me, Nuke isn't the best place to do it, but let's see what he can do. He's brought that towards Ramper. Will he be able to find any sort of contact here?
Yeah. Scout doesn't seem like a weapon you would like in general.
For me personally, no. But it's just
a bit risky, a bit left field. Bit
yeah,
liberal.
exactly. It really is. Like it's one of those things that's coming into the game a lot more, just because it's jumping to. But for me, like I don't think it wins rounds too often. Then it's likely to affect the economy, and we haven't seen it do much this round either. It's going to be a 2-on-2 situation now, and Existence is going to be left here. If he can manage to make this work, I'll eat my words.
A whole whack of damage. It's not been the perfect second round for NIP by any means, but they will get that bomb planted, and we'll see whether Existence can do anything with that Scout. Has no visibility at all on NIP players. They down him. NIP pick themselves up round number 2. That'll be that. And well, the conservative in you wins out.
Yeah.
Don't read The Guardian here.
Well, the round is still a little bit too close to comfort for my liking. I think the NIP just need to slow it down a little bit, just make sure they stick together and make sure they get that bomb down effectively without losing too many men. I'd like to see them go outside this round, kind of just test the water out there and see what the CT setup is. Perhaps it looks like they will be boosting people up on the roof, maybe an upper execution quite quickly here, perhaps.
Pinging that nade, bouncing off the wall from the other side of Tin Can. Does done damage to Kaylee on that side. He's got 37 points of health. And this will chase out. And cautious of any form of Titan aggression, the NIC side have said, well, here comes that aggression now. Get Right will get the first frag on Kaylee. Follows up with a second. Existence goes down. NIP, 2 frags to the good here. And we'll look to close this one out. No drama like there was in the last. We'll see the Freiburg looking for Apex, as Forest will be the one to help them out. Freiburg follows up with frag number 2 onto Ken. Get the lost. NIP up by 3 rounds to 0, and on a T side, they'll be over the moon with that.
Yeah, perfect stuff from them. Much better anti-eco round from them there. And we can see Kenny S, as we've kind of predicted, he will be picking up the AWP. Interesting to see where he goes to the first round, where he wants to establish himself. This is a round that will set the tone for the rest of the half. So it looks like he has actually got quite a decent spawn. He may actually opt to go somewhere like Ramprom and pick that quite fast, or he will just, yeah, it looks like he might go quite aggressive here. Who knows? He's going to stay and run from this, looking to get that first pick and have a little surprise when he's in Pyjamas.
Yes, lying in wait. There's that first hit, and there's the surprise. Freiburg dropped. NIP, a man down. They avenge oh so quickly. Apex gets picked off as he went looking in towards the Tin Can. I'll take your thoughts on the aggression or the peak there in just a moment. Let's see whether anything comes of this for NIP. They'll fall back, and it'll be Forest to rejoin. So now is a... No, they're going to go for it here as Forest puts himself in, and the push will come in towards that A site. Fiflaren and Exist lead the charge. Follow up from Existence, gets himself that first frag, and he and Kaylee help themselves to 2 more. But Get Right is the one who's offering the resistance. But he is downed by Titan, and it'll be 3-1.
Yeah, very clinical stuff there from Titan. Great work from Existence as well. Fantastic retake, very calm play from him. I feel like Nip kind of forced himself into that a little bit. It seemed like someone made the call to execute onto upper. It wasn't quite enough. Seemed like the players at the top of the ladder weren't really flashed whatsoever. I think they were just hoping for the surprise element to kind of work in their favour. But saying that, it looks like Nip have actually got guns again. So 3 rounds on the board, they can afford to make these kind of audacious plays and see what they can do with them. No AWP to speak of. It's going to be quite a one good little in hand in terms of Freiburg. He got picked off quite early last round. So we can see Forest making his way onto this yellow silo, and the outside execution going into play.
There is Kenny and Zador waiting for anyone to successfully make their way in from the outside. Is that the right place to put him? Because a lot of action will happen before they get to him.
Well, I think they expect him to be outside. Like, that's why they put the smokes down to kind of shield them from it. The fact they put him in towards those new steps area is quite clever, just because they think, oh, we've made it past him, he hasn't killed anyone, and then, oh no, actually he's in there, the choke point himself. So this could be quite clever play for Titan.
He was flashed and had to retreat. Indeed, we'll see action now. There's that AWP waiting for him, and from Freiburg's perspective, he possibly didn't know Kenny S was down there, and was just trying to bait out that first shot, and now knows he's up against an AWPer. Flashes in now. Freiburg drop! Kenny S, what a hit! And next up will be Kaylee in on A. NIP now focus their attentions all over there. They lose 1 to Exist, but Apex comes up with 2 more. Titan are now looking for the last frag, and they will get it. It's an Apex hat-trick, but Kenny S with that frag stopped any diversion.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we said. It's important he changes his position every round. He's just got to keep the element of surprise ongoing, just so Nip can't adapt. That's the main thing for a tease. If they can work out what a CT setup is doing, that's how you can exploit it. But Titan are playing this perfectly right now. Managed to get 2 rounds on the board in a row, and hopefully this is, yeah, there we go. It's the eco for Nip now. So this is where Titan really want to get into 5th gear and try and string a lot of rounds together. They know they're going to need it for the next half.
Apex picks himself up the frag onto Freiburg as the Ninjas have seen their lead dropped from 3 to just 1, and now as this Titan side will gain a little bit of confidence, KennyS starting to pick himself up some traction as well. They'll start to believe that there's a game to be won here. And in terms of the betting before this game, it did favour NIP heavily. Do you think that was fair? 60-40, 70-30 on...
I think so. NIP are the best team in the world right now, and we don't know that much about Titan. We haven't seen them play that much. So I think, to be fair, NIP are going to find this a struggle. The starting T first is always going to be slightly harder, but it's pretty even right now, 3-3. I think Titan will be looking to get around at least 10. 10, I think, will be a good half of them after losing the pistol. So we can see that just on your screen now. We can see exactly how it's going.
Lounge putting it at 60-40, and eGaming bet 75-25 in favour of NIP. CSGO Lounge fancying an upset.
Yeah, well, people would like to invest heavily. The rewards are obvious.
Yeah. You got a betting problem you want to talk about?
I used to. I lost all my skins, and so now I have nothing to bet with. So that's why I'm here. It's kind of salvage.
That's the only reason. Wow. There I was thinking you enjoyed my company.
No, I need this.
No. Yikes. Rumour has it FACEIT are paying Henry skins to feed his addiction. Forest with a great hit onto KennyS as FACEIT jumps around into Red Room and connects onto Maniac as he will drop down towards that feed site. The Ninjas have got themselves a secret frag advantage. Titan dropping like flies here. And Existence, last man standing. His best hope is to, well, he's not going to last that 50 seconds. And that's 5 unanswered frags, and something did not work for Titan.
FACEIT just seemed he was on fire that round. He hit some absolutely fantastic shots there. Stellar round from him, and he's going to be very happy with that. It's a very important round as well. As you just look at the cash situation in the Titan cab, it's going to be a sort of a force buy here. We've got no armor to speak of on KennyS, and 2 FAMASes on QLE and Maniac, and actually just a Deagle for Existence as well. So this round could be, it's very dangerous, I think. Like, if they lose this, it's potentially a double eco coming up for Titan.
What the NIP side have in store. The Apex to flying action coming from the radio room, drops back towards ramp, and Apex is a beast to go up against one-on-one in ramp. It's a good person to put in there for Titan. Let's see as the push comes the other way. The J-Stack first frag from that FAMAS, and the Maniac second. Is essentially still down a man. Exist has returned the favour. Kaylee goes down, and FACEIT will level us back up, but before Maniac can get one, there's Existence. Nice play from the French side as Titan get themselves their 4th round and tie the game back up at 4-4.
Yeah, but all-in investment from them has paid off completely. Deagle managed to bring a kill in as well, so good stuff from Titan. Very nice play. Like didn't push too much. Most teams would have tried to have pushed and tried to get the early frag and kind of guarantee themselves around there, but they just played their game, and they got themselves a very important round. And see their economy is balanced right out now. They've got a nice full set of rifles. KennyS has managed to get some body armor on himself, so he'll be slightly less fragile. And NIP kind of slowing a pace down a little bit here, it looks like.
KennyS is a fragile lad.
He is.
He's only little. He's a French Bayern Munich fan, which does worry me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure that any French side should be sort of supporting Bayern Munich. Frag from Forest there, dispatching of Existence, and now we'll spy. Get right. Looking to draw in the action is that it'll be Apex going down. Here is KennyS. Well, more Bayern Munich against Chelsea than it was against anybody else as Titan find themselves with 2-man deficit. Maniac leading the charge. It'll be Get Right that he spies and Get Right that he frags. But Revenge is right around the corner. Forest with a double. And that'll be 5-4. The Ninjas reassert their lead.
Yeah, and after winning one round and losing one straight after, you can see Titan will be forced on yet another eco. And NIP looking like they're getting pretty comfortable now. 5 rounds to place 4, and it's not a situation we want to be in against the world's best team on the CT side of Nuke. We can see that there's no actual real buys coming in for Titan here. No utilities to speak of. Resistance has got 1 flashbang, so perhaps I suggest they'll be going for a coordinated push with one of his flashbangs to see what they can do. But if NIP has played their card right here, it should be pretty much a guaranteed round.
What is it that NIP do so well on this map?
I think that they don't do anything too technical. It's just they play very well as a team. They've got a perfect chemistry between tactics and this great team play. And, they do the outside executions quite nicely. They seem to hold the lobby area very well. And one of the big things as well, anti-ecos as well, they don't seem to drop too many of them. It seems to be quite nice. You see that great clinical play from them there. You can see, especially like in clutches as well. Get Right so good on this map at clutching. You see him; he's always the last man to be alive in the clutch situations. He always seems to pull it off somehow. You see he's posting a very good performance there as well. He's currently sat on 10 frags after 10 rounds, so he's going to be quite happy with that so far. And here we go to the next gun round.
Now at Gfinity, we wrote NIP's obituary. They were dead. They were never. And then suddenly in Cologne, they're back on top of the world.
Yeah. Well,
how does that happen within the space of 2 weeks?
I don't know. NIP are just one of those teams. They can have a horrible performance, and they always just think that NIP always will come back. Like, even if they get absolutely spanked on the first half of the map, you can just never write them off. I think that as well. After that Gfinity, I think there was a lot of learnings was made clear to them after that, and I think the format of ESL works in their favour as well. I think they adapted very well to the new maps being brought into play. And here we go. We've got Titan actually on a force bar. We can see no head armor to speak of, and they've managed to take down Forest. That was a kill.
It was Apex who pushed all the way around the outside and then retreated back onto the A site. Okay, they gets himself the frag onto Fifth Laren as well, and that's a great start. Normally the conservative in Henry G doesn't like a forced buy. Should be natural, he says. But this one seems to be paying dividends. They were 3 frags to the good before Freiburg's a vengeance onto Kenny S, and Get Right and Freiburg, the last 2 men standing, can still pack a punch though. As Freiburg comes around from CT spawn, well, probably have heard that man above him. Up there, Freiburg just rattles off those shots towards it. Get Right looking to join the party as he will make his way down towards B. He's got the bomb, and he'll be the one wanting to put that down just to ensure there is money in the bank, because he knows having lost Freiburg, he's going to have to deliver 4 frags with just 26 points of health to get them. And he won't get past first base.
It's all about the plan there. Very smart play from Get Right, just ensuring his team has some cash to play of next round, and that's all he needed to do. So good stuff from him. Quite smart play there. But quite a clean round for Titan. Only dropped 1 frag there. You can see the money in the NIP camp is pretty good. They could have the option to whip an AWP out if they wanted to, and there they go. They have. Forest is going to be challenging. I was going to say Kenny S, but they've actually opted for a 5 rifle setup here. So it'll be interesting to see what Forest can do. He has got a pretty decent spawn. He'd have the option here to go outside and potentially face it, or he could go to ramp. 2 very viable options here. So let's see what he does now.
You just say he's got to go and face it.
I did. That's exactly what I was doing. I was doing a pun. It worked, didn't it?
Wow. They are not paying you enough. That's for sure. And here is Forest with that AWP. He counts around the outside looking for someone. He was just a second away from bodies there, and Existence with the opportunity, but Exist and Freiburg already down, and from Existence's perspective, he'll be thinking, God, that was a kill to be had there. 75 points of damage to him. Fifth Laren and Get Right get themselves frags. And we go tit for tat in the fragging here. Get Right opened up the A site as he looks above, gets himself the frag onto Existence, and now Fifth Laren will follow from behind. Still Forest to play his hand. Fifth Laren fragged in the buttocks by Apex, who will make his way up towards the top. Kenny S is there, returns the favor. Get Right goes down, and Titan should just about finish this one off. Forest with that rinse and repeat of the last round will focus on getting that bomb down rather than anything else. And now we'll feel go for it, but 2-on-1 with the AWP isn't a great weapon to have in this scenario. He will jump in towards the ramp. down by Kenny S instantaneously. Ties back up at 6-6, but an entertaining round nevertheless.
Yes, absolutely. Unfortunately for us, not being able to find much to do with that AWP, like you said, a 2-on-1 situation on lower bomb side, you do not want an open hand. So unfortunately, wasn't able to do much there. But quite a nice round for Titan there. They seem to be, the rounds they are winning, it seem to be quite well put together. You can see the NIP will be able to...
They will buy, and what's interesting here, they know they're going up against an AWP. So they made that decision quite consciously.
Yeah, so they've got the two Deagles in hand. It'd be nice to see them do something quite fast here, I think. Maybe they did an upper execution almost straight away. That would be great, just because they know the AWP is outside. I wouldn't like to see them face it here.
Oh, there was, jeez. God.
I'm here all night.
You are so, God, the product placement here is just too much. Kenny S will fall back. What do you do when, we'll come to that question in a second, as Maniac actually retreats all the way down towards B because they're pushing Raptor hard, and Existence gets himself that frag on the 5th Laren, and it'll be Exist to dart over the first Molotov, and Maniac down on B. They didn't know he retreated as they're trying to scout out those boxes and see whether he's either still there or is pushing. Hasn't done so. And Forrest coming around from the outside. Trying to take off anyone from CT spawn side. The ninja sandwich. Not quite complete. Forrest didn't push into back that up. But, still that one frag. There's Forrest. Whoa, 2 hits and the frag. And he'll say, thank you very much, Kenny. That's my AWP. And I'll have it back. Exist pushes in. Maniac and Apex go to work. 2 frags for them. Exist returns the favor onto Apex as Kaylee will drop down looking for Get Right and getting Get Right. Next man up is going to be Exist. Last man up is Exist. And Exist drops him. And what went on then?
It just seemed like, well, obviously we had the 2 Deagles there from NIP. They kind of did go a little bit all in. I mean, they fancied their chances of working the outside area. They managed to pick up that AWP from Kenny S. That could have been the moment where it could have got in their favour, but it seemed like the lower defence was just too strong there from Titan. They kind of split the T's up and made sure they didn't let the bomb go down in any capacity, and that was a very nice play from them again. They seem to be, like I said before, the rounds they are winning are very well put together, and Kenny S yet again picking up that AWP, and NIP now will
Kenny S missing those first 2 shots. Now follows up with a 3rd as well as he's flashed, and that was his opportunity here. They're had off a few shots towards him, but Apex is going to work on him as well. And from Titan's perspective, or from NIP's perspective, in that last round they went. Let's just see if they close that They don't. The last round, they went in with that kind of half/3/4 buy.
Yeah.
But they knew they were going up against the AWP because they knew that Kenny had to pick it up. How did that change your mentality when you don't even have to guess and you know that, right, this is how we're going to play?
Well, that's why I was surprised they didn't do anything faster after giving away that AWP. I would have thought they would have kind of got straight into a bomb stand and utilised smoke grenades to kind of lock him out. When they actually started going towards outside, I thought that was quite surprising. But I guess when you're playing against someone like Kenny S, like I said before, he changes his position every round. You can never really, there's no real signs of where you're going to go. You kind of just have to try and predict it. So I guess for them, the most important thing is to play their game and follow the strategy that was called at the start of the round. And unfortunately, didn't work for them in that round. But here we go again. We have got Kenny S. He looks like is he outside his round? We've got him in that same position here. He seems to favour this kind of backstep area.
It's a tough one to know, and he will see action here. As first man comes to him, it'll be Freiburg to go down, takes down that entry fragger, and there's the 3rd. Oh, with the no-scope as well. Kenny S, take a bow. And that leaves just Get Right and 5th Laren left up against 5. And this should be another round for the Titan side. It's the last of the half. And that will set them up for 9-6. A lot of rounds on the board for a T side, though. They'll be quite sharp.
Yep, absolutely. I think both teams here will be going in quite confident. I think NIP will be happy with 6. Titan won't be astounded with 9, but I think it's definitely enough to work with there. Now, after a strong last round there, 4 frags from Kenny S, I think he'll be looking to recreate some of that magic. Actually, Apex leading the charge for Titan, 20 frags for him. He has had some great moments in that last half. Though.
Take away that hat-trick from Kenny S and
quiet,
down with the rest of them.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Very important round. It goes without saying. NIP would love to win this one just to kind of give them that early lead and an opportunity to close this out quite early. But Here we go then. I expect something very fast on Titan. You can see they've gone for 5 sets of armor here, so they've got no real utility to play with. They're going to have to just do something very fast and just kind of predict where Nip hit their stack, and just hopefully they can get the bomb down very quickly.
See that Titan push is coming all inside. And here we go. It's going to be Freiburg with that first hit. Haley and Maniac, though, revenge with 2 of their own, and the Titan side have just about got control of A. If they can pick off one of those players coming from the outside, it'll be all she wrote. But not to be. Fiflaren with the frag onto Maniac. Apex goes down, and now it's all on Kaylee left standing. And it will be no more. They did rush in and get that bomb plant, but they were millimeters away from getting a frag that would have allowed them to settle.
Yeah, it could have gone either way. Like, Nippers are so strong at retaking those bomb sites. It just seems like they knew exactly what they're doing. Great coordination from them, and managing to pick up the defuse there. Just good to note that Titan haven't actually opted to buy. Oh, actually, they are going to get a couple of pistols, but they will be able to get the AKs next round. I think they'll just be looking for a couple of frags this round. We can see this actually, well, and fifth round picking up P90s here. Interesting purchase, seeing as they know they're going up against AKs next round. I wouldn't have personally have gone for that. I'd prefer to have gone for a FAMAS and kind of tried to take that into the next round after this one. But
yeah, the old-fashioned choice, the FAMAS.
Yeah.
They never fails anyone, the FAMAS.
Yeah, exactly.
On your rocking chair, you can just sit there. Get me a Horlicks.
Well, P90, I'm not a fan of it, to be honest, so it'll be interesting to see how this pans out for them.
Forrest will just get the frags for the 364.
Great game.
10 consoles worth of.
Wow, that's Forrest.
He's going to push in. He's the last man standing. Going to be 9-8 now to Titan, and this is their chance.
This is the round. This is the big one. 2 P90s in hand. I think that Nip know that they're up against AK rifles here. I think they'll. Although Nuke is one of those maps with the P90 in hand, you can actually hold some angles and just hold down mouse one and run around and get some kills. I think they'd want to kind of utilise their spawn, so they know they're up against it with the 5 rifles set up. I think we'll see a change of pace here, perhaps being a little bit more aggressive from Nip.
Titan 4 men ready to make their assault around the outside. It's Maniac. Oh, Apex doing some damage to Maniac there. His second game in a row we'll see team damage. Not quite the knife in the back of a Dren, the Hellraiser's game, but Get Right has connected onto existence, and after that, Titan managed to sneak 4 players inside. I think they might be shocked that they got that far. Forrest, though, drops Kenny S, and now it's Kaylee with shots in the back. Suddenly manages to round that crosshair onto the head of Freiburg, but is downed anyway. Next frag up is going to be Apex. Get Right trades. We go frag for frag, but we are running out of Titan players. It's 1-on-2. 1 AK versus 2 P90s. And let's see what Fiflaren and Exist have to offer. The bomb where on the floor, that yellow dot you can see as Apex goes in, and get a guess that the NIP side didn't realize they'd dropped it, or dropped the player carrying it. With 20 seconds to go, Apex has very little time to make something happen, but very short distance between the bomb sites. Apex going to pop himself up, get himself the headshot onto Exist, and now charge in. The other player having to charge all the way over from ramp room. And this is a big opportunity for Apex. You'd certainly favor him with that AK against a P90 from above, as he sits on that bomb like a bird on its egg. And now we'll go for the finishing frag. Ow!
Wow.
But like the hunter, Fiflaren comes in and will get himself the frag onto Apex.
Yeah, great movement from him, to be fair there. I don't think Apex expected him to even be along that catwalk area. So he knew what he had to do, got himself out there, even though he's fully blind. You could see his hands covering his eyes, trying to get any sort of info he could. And great movement, and managed to pick up a very important round indeed for Nip. That's going to shut down one of the buys from Titan, but they have actually opted to go for another buy here. No real utility to speak of. They've got a couple of, 4 flashbangs in hand, no smoke grenades. They won't be able to execute outside as such. They'll probably have to do something a little bit more fast-paced in the upper or ramp area.
This is one of the 4 spies you'd agree with, given that we're running out of rounds.
I'm not sure without any grenades or smoke grenades. Like I think you'll always find it difficult to win rounds in Nuke. But here we go. They know that they got a lot of kills in the last round as well, but I think that ultimately this is a lost round for Titan, in my opinion, but let's see how it turns out.
Wow, not experimental, are you?
I'm really not. I like to do things by the book.
By the book. The Henry G book to Counter-Strike. Don't force it. Rule number 1. Forrest picks himself up the frag onto Kaylee, who didn't have a buddy.
It's another big rule in the 10 Commandments of CSGO.
Wow, so you've gone from just writing a book to writing the Bible.
Yeah, that's the next volume coming out soon. It hasn't been released yet, but we're working on it.
Energy now officially some form of prophet. He finds himself men to the good. Kaylee and Apex, the last two, well, the two down.
So this is what I was talking about with Titan not really being able to do much. There's no utility stuff available. Like, you're just kind of hoping the frags come to you, and they haven't actually made any sort of impact on this round whatsoever. And I think it was a bad investment, in my opinion. I think they should have waited to get the AWP back out on a NES, or even just had an opportunity to execute properly with flashbangs and then an outside take with smoke grenades. And now you can see it's going to be a very difficult situation for them here.
NIP 10, Titan 9. Tight game by the scoreline, but with that CT side advantage, NIP will feel now that they are on the road to victory.
I think so. I think this is NIP will be feeling very comfortable right now. They know they're up against Nico right now after that forced a little by, and they should be able to string a couple of rounds at least together now.
Waiting for those Titan players to come to him, and it's been done. You know, Nuke isn't the map it maybe was a year ago, where it was just so CT-sided, so almost predictable. You saw Virtus Pro at Gfinity, for example, a map that they know they hate Nuke, and they were able to pull it through. And it's talking to Taz after, apparently we're now really good at this map.
Yeah, it has kind of balanced out recently. I think people have kind of realised how you need to approach it. It's all about taking control of outside and making sure you don't get locked down by the AWPers, getting control of those new steps and kind of forcing the CTs to make the mistakes. That's the key. Kind of just making sure that they don't have any information as to what's going on. So you can utilize the smokes properly, sell a lot of fakes, get CTs to rotate. That's the key to this map. And
how much is that evolution of the game versus just people learning to do it the right way?
I think it's just the kind of like the meta and the constant development of the play style of CSGO. Once one team does something very well at a tournament and ends up winning that tournament doing that specific thing, a lot of teams start doing it, becomes part of the game, and then ultimately this T-half becomes stronger just because everyone's doing the same sort of thing. It's very hard to counter it, what teams do here. But you can see the full buy here from Titan now. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a set piece here they actually want to try and run. And it seems like the kind of standard round, trying to work picks isn't really working for them. Apex getting very aggressive.
So Apex somehow getting the better of Get right there, who was trained on him. Lost 90 points of health, but comes out standing regardless. The moon. Pifflaren having none of it, though, getting himself the frag onto Kaylee as Kenny S then will avenge. Still a man advantage for Titan. And so Pifflaren and Get right down. Apex coming around from the outside. It's Forrest, though, who is the next hurdle to overcome. And he is quite the man mounted as he dispatches of Maniac. And Apex then comes in with his second frag. As he goes to the next. This exists who kills Apex, and we're down to a 2 versus 2. Existence and Kenny S versus Freiburg, and Existence on that bomb site. Existence gets the better of him, and now it'll be more for him as Kenny S is going to drop him, and that will be just tit for tat, frag for frag.
It really was.
But Titan coming out on top.
Absolutely. And we can see that's going to be a very important round, especially when you're behind on the T side. Every round is a big one for them. And we can see no real change of play from NIP. They haven't opted to take the AWP outside yet, which is kind of the current CSGO play styles. Have one AWP outside and making sure you're getting that information. It's difficult to hold outside with the rifles. Obviously, you have the AKs going up against you. It's difficult to actually make those beginning kills. But see, Get Right is going to be the player taking it. We see a full-on rush here coming from Titan.
Just falling onto the end of the crosshair of Freiburg, who gets 2. Apex are running out of men now. But sorry, Titan running out of men now, but Kenny S still fighting and ready to drop that bomb down on towards that B side if he can. But Baron says he can't. And that will be 12. NIP just 4 away from victory.
Yeah, I think that was unlucky for Titan. I think that it was a perfect time to change the play style and do something completely different. They've been doing quite slow and methodical stuff so far. Just kind of completely changing it. Four men out the door and let's hope for the best. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. They needed to be a little bit more tactical, I feel. Like we saw Freiburg pick up two crucial kills there. And here we go. Our old friend, the Scout, is out again. I think Kenny S perhaps spotted a weak point with no sniper rifle being outside. He might fancy his chances against the M4. But I don't think Get Right, I think he's spot on that. I think he knows this kind of player will be coming in. He's going to be playing it in a way that kind of just gets the information and he falls back. That's what you see there.
Gets himself the kill and is out of sight. There is that Scout frag from Kenny S, though. He will rejoice. There are so few frags with that weapon. He will swap it over for the M4 then.
Good idea.
Back to old-fashioned values, like it should be. But Haley gets the better of just as existence moving. Freiburg, though, having none of it, helps himself to his customary 2 frags for the round, as he did in the last. And now Kenny S will... one. Get Right, though, on the outside, gets existence. It's Kenny S versus Get Right and Freiburg. Kenny S with a slight health advantage to the man, but Freiburg completes his hat-trick, and it's 13-10.
Yeah, the interesting buy from Titan around the Scouts and a couple of Galils being brought out. And as we loom ever closer to the NIP victory, you can see the money situation isn't going to be great for them. And this is where I start to kind of question whether Titan actually have anything left in the tank. It seems like he's getting a little bit desperate with these buys and the approach they're taking right now. But it's not over yet. Definitely not. They can potentially come back from this. It's never too late in CS:GO. And we can see this will be the full eco, but it looks like Existence has something up his sleeve. He wants to try something a little bit different here.
He does have those 2 nades, but Fiflaren getting himself a frag into radio from Rampon. Yes. As far as helps himself for one more, he and Get Right will clean it out, and whatever Existence was trying doesn't look like it's going to have enough legs to bear fruit. So NIP will jump into a 4-round advantage. We'll get 1 buy round here from Titan. One last chance for them to offer up some form of salvation.
Yeah, the last bite of the cherry here. Really do need to make sure they get this round and get himself in a position where this is feasible to get back into. See no AWP coming on Kenny S. They're going to be relying on the 5 rifle setup. For me, this would be a time NIP actually do something a little bit aggressive. I'd be calling, let's get a Negros. Let's not let them execute whatever they have in mind. They know they're on the ropes. They're going to be trying anything they can to kind of surprise NIP. So I'd be the one trying to surprise them, to be honest.
See what shape that surprise may take. So Kaylee around the outside gets a whisker of a NIP player who danced back inside as Titan have sent 3 men around that outside, and one of them has been successful in pushing down. Player down there waiting for them is Get Right, and he will be ready and waiting for Kaylee now, who gets 54 points of health onto him, and that Molotov will just push him back, and Get Right will change up position. Kenny S with the frag onto Exist as he goes through, and that's the roamer that Get Right is. He would start down there, but then make his way up towards A to get involved in the action. Freiburg is dropped forest, and Get Right follow suit as well, and this could be a round for Titan. Only Fiflaren is saying no. He has his first frag and his second, and as he pulls back out, he's going to look at this opportunity with a 2-on-1. Still enough health to play with in 39 as the bomb goes down. Fiflaren not sure where it is. We'll assume it's down on B and that the man would have gone down the vents. There is a man up above who will look down as Fiflaren makes his way in towards A. But, for Fiflaren here, his decision is going to have to be made pretty quickly. That bomb is ticking louder and louder here, and Apex is going to be the man waiting for him on the top of A, and we'll put him out of his misery.
Yeah, great teamwork there from Titan. Apex knew exactly what he had to do. Completely locked Fiflaren out of that round just by being in that upper area. Didn't commit to going down to the bomb. He knew those vents would be so vital, and Fiflaren wouldn't really have enough time to rotate through ramp room. So great work from them, and that's going to be a very big round. Obviously, that win for there would have been a match point for NIP. And we can see them actually going for the AWP outside now. So it's Forrest who will be taking that, whether it looks like he will be going outside of it. This is good. This is what they need to do to kind of close this out, kind of do something a little bit unpredictable in terms of the mid-game. So there it is. That's exactly what they needed to get themselves back into this and kind of close this one.
It's going to be Forest and Freiburg to get themselves a frag. Only Maniac has responded as 4 NIP frags hit the scoreboard. Make that 5. Make that match point.
So that was the surprise I was talking about last round. I would have liked to have seen them do it before, just when they knew they had Titan on the road. So there you go. They've done it now, and it's paid dividends for them.
And now there are 4 match points now for the NIP side, who are going up against pretty much nades only on their opponents. And where will Titan try to cling on to salvation? But don't leave us just yet as well. Remember, we've got Virtus Pro Dignitas to close out the night.
That is.
It's just a competition given. Every game is a big game. We're not complaining. We've got skins to give away as well after this one, so stick around. We have hit the 70,000 follower mark. Kaylee's going to get himself the frag on to get right. Freiburg returns the favor. Now Freiburg will help himself to 2. It's only customary that Freiburg will get 2 frags around. And he'll help himself to the 3rd. And this will be 2 frags away from glory. And Maniac and Existence are the last 2 standing. And gets himself that first. Fiflaren goes down, and Titan not quite dead yet, as they are 3 away, but only 8 points of health, and now weapons on both players. But you're really clinging on here if you think they're going to be able to pull something off. As, in fact, Freiburg's down to 3 points of health as well. Maniac will make his way back up and towards the ramp room, where Forest had taken a look. Existence on the other side has got himself the frag on to Exist. Lost a lot of health in the process, but it's a 2-on-2 momentarily before Forest gets involved. Now Maniac with that bomb will go down towards the B site, try and give himself that angle, try to bait out one of those NIP players. Gets the first, it's Freiburg that goes down, and those 3 points of health will be no more. Forest, though, drops down and ends the game. NIP 16, Titan 11. The #1 side in the world